St James's Park is one of the most iconic and one of the biggest football stadiums in the whole of the UK, and there are several things which I absolutely love about St James's Park, and there are some things I really don't particularly like about St James's Park either. But in this video I'm going to talk about 5 things that I absolutely love. It's coming up.
Probably the fans. It's meant to see all of them come together and just bring such a great atmosphere. You know what I mean?
The fans, the players, just the atmosphere. It's really good.
It's just the atmosphere, absolutely electric.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. The atmosphere is brilliant. Every single match, always there to back the lads.
Yeah, up the tune.
Number 1, I absolutely love the history and heritage of St James's Park. I think we should be deeply proud that we as a fan base have this iconic stadium of St James's Park. In fact, fiercely proud and want to protect the history and heritage of it. And a lot of people might not realise, but it's actually hosted 2 entirely different football clubs. And it was donated to Newcastle City as a football field by the Freemen of Newcastle and the Corporation of Newcastle back in the late 1880s, and it was used by Newcastle West End Football Club for a few years until their financial collapse. They folded and vacated the stadium in early 1892. Now, back in 1892 it looked nothing like it does now. Obviously it was just a football field with some barriers and some makeshift sheds along the way. And actually I've done a video about the evolution of St James's Park with the earliest photographs I could find from about 1906. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link up there so you can check it out after you've watched this one, of course. So historically, yes, Newcastle East End Football Club moved into St James's Park when Newcastle West End FC financially collapsed, and around about 6 months later Newcastle East End had a meeting and decided to change their name to Newcastle United. Now, some of you might not realise that it actually didn't become official with the league until about 3 years later in 1895. So there you go. I absolutely love the history, and it's my opinion that I don't think we should be too quick or cheap to want to sell our soul in terms of wanting to move out of this place just for the sake of some more money.
My favourite thing about Newcastle is the atmosphere, because we make good songs up about, well, anything.
Number 2, I love the fact that we've got a stand, the Gallowgate stand here, which is named after the old gallows of Newcastle. That's right, prisoners which were held in the jail, which was in the town wall junction of Newgate Street, Percy Street and Blackett Street, were occasionally hung, marched past where the football stadium is now, roughly about 400 metres beyond, round about where Fenton Barracks is now, and were hung at the gallows. So how cool is that? St James's Park has a stand named after the medieval gallows.
The atmosphere, brilliant. Best fans in the world, the best team in the world.
Number 3, and one of its biggest attributes, is the fact that it's a city centre stadium. How lucky are we to have a stadium in the city centre, literally half a mile from Central Station, a 10-minute walk, and within half a mile of the stadium there are over 130 pubs, not to mention all the restaurants and cafes and shops if you want to go shopping. So on match day, of course, you can imagine this place is absolutely buzzing. It's a favourite amongst away fans as well, because of the city centre location, because of the opportunity to go mixing in all the pubs around the stadium. And that in itself just brings, you know, with all the fans here, tens of thousands of fans in Newcastle city centre, it brings a huge energy to Newcastle city centre. I mean, you have to be here if you haven't already to experience what it's like on match day in Newcastle city centre. It's absolutely buzzing. But not only does it raise the enthusiasm, the hope, the anticipation, the energy of the city, but it also means tens of thousands of people are spending lots of money in Newcastle city centre, which is a huge economic and financial benefit, you know, to all the businesses around here. And of course we've got the new Stack, which is currently being built on Strawberry Place. You won't be able to see it, it's behind the new temporary store there next to St James's Metro. There's some delay with that at the moment. It's probably not going to be open until the beginning of August, is the last I've heard. So yeah, I'm not personally aware of any other club So correct me if I'm wrong, please leave a comment below, that has its football stadium in the city centre like this. I think the next club with the highest amount of bars is Wolverhampton Wanderers are red, and they've got 30 odd bars within a half-mile radius of Molineux. So, oh man, how lucky are we to have this stadium right on our doorstep. As soon as you walk through the city, there's that view, the cathedral on the hill, those mammoth stands just towering over the skyline. It's amazing.
My favourite thing about St James's Park is probably just the beauty of the structure of it. You can see it over the hill when you walk up, and I just love the grandness of it, to be honest with you. What about you?
Mine's the atmosphere on match day, I think.
Yeah, that's very good as well, yeah, especially now. It's brilliant.
Number 4, what I also love about St James's Park is that it doesn't just host Newcastle United football matches, other events are hosted here because it's so big and popular up here in the north and with a 52,000 seater stadium. So they have music events here, all sorts of different acts. Last summer, Helen and I were here to see Sam Fender perform here, and it was absolutely amazing. What a brilliant concert, probably one of the best I've ever been to. But also as well, it's been hosting over the last few years the Magic Rugby League weekend, so you get tens of thousands of rugby league fans coming from around the UK and France as well. That weekend is buzzing. Great popular destination for that. But also as well, last night it held I think for the first time, the England Lionesses match in a group stage match against France last night. Unfortunately, they were beaten 2-1. And on Monday night coming, the full men's England squad are playing in a friendly match before the Euros kick off in a couple of weeks, and they play Bosnia-Herzegovina Monday night. Helen and I will be there to see that. So the fact that St James's Park will host other events, I think, is a credit to the stadium and a credit to the city.
My memories from 30 years ago, being a kid coming here to the old Gallagher end and the old Leazer's end, seeing Malcolm MacDonald, Tommy Craig, those sorts of guys. It's just brilliant. But live in Australia and have done for 30 years, so this is just a short visit back to get a t-shirt and a cap and visit the ground and see it as it is today, which just looks amazing, looks wonderful.
And number 5, of course, you cannot mention the best things about St James's Park without mentioning the incredible atmosphere that's generated here on match day. It's famous the world over, certainly in the UK. It's renowned and respected as one of the best stadiums to come for its atmosphere, particularly when Newcastle are playing well and they're banging the goals in. You'll probably experience not a lot like it. It's absolutely jumping in there. The atmosphere is incredible. I kid you not. And one of the best matches I've ever been to in my life, to experience the atmosphere at its best, was when we beat PSG 4-1 last November or so, whenever it was. It was unbelievable. The atmosphere and the noise that you get from the stadium is absolutely deafening. But also as well, we have, and we're lucky enough to have a group of men and women, hard-working volunteers who give up their free time. They're called War Flags, who put together some of the best, I think, some of the best flag displays you will see in the UK, and it just seems to be getting better and better. That just adds to the atmosphere, you know, like I said, especially when we're playing well and banging in the goals. So there you go, that's my top 5 things I love about St James's Park. But what are your favourite things about St James's Park? Please put them in the comments below. Let me see what you think. I might have missed something glaringly obvious, and I'd be really interested to hear those views. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's not my next one, it'll be the one after. I'm going to talk about things I don't like about St James's Park, because there are some things I'm not particularly keen on, and I'll discuss them in another video. So until next time, I'll catch you later.